prior to the race, Toby Christie posted about a study group that Noah and Chase and Josh Berry with SHR had joined, talking about studying data and techniques to help improve their speed. Ryan Preece then tweeted that he was not invited to that study group. What do you all think about that one?
Hold on a second. First of all, you're absolutely right. But Freddie, is this weird as to you?
This is there's two steps of weird, because this is obviously very strange. This whole topic is very strange. But then if you're a priest and this tweet is kind of out there making you look bad, you respond to it and get him another extra 150. When I looked yesterday, it was another 115,000 impressions. So now you've drawn more attention, which I guess you're trying to defend yourself by saying you weren't invited to it, but it's just, I don't know. It's not a good look in my opinion, and it's probably leave it alone.
TJ's rolling his eyes.
I just would have left it alone.
Yeah.
I mean, what do they have access to that you don't have access to already? And it
looks like Noah's got access to an RFK car.
I don't know what Noah has access to.
Oh, come on.
Noah's been good all year, but I think Josh is quietly having a decent year for his first full-time Cup year. He's shined at times. Noah's running well. But I don't know, man. I don't feel like this meeting is the make it or break it for the weekend.
But why does Noah send this out at all? Why does he say this?
Maybe he took something from it. I don't know.
What's his agenda though? He has to have an agenda with this.
I think they're digging in over there.
Well,
like you say, when the music's playing and there's seats, or maybe there's not seats, but everybody's trying to get one.
We've talked about it on here, I don't know, a month ago, and said there's a possibility of Gene's going to sell charters, and I still hear those. I hear it's so crazy in our garage right now because you hear Gene selling 2, Gene selling 1, Gene selling the whole fucking team. Gene's doing the, and it's like, okay, but now you see the kind of infighting, and I saw an interview where Chase Briscoe said he called his team and said, if guys, I know everybody's worried about, and this is what you hear. You hear it out of everybody over there. Every crew guy, every spotters are mentioning it. If there's 4 teams and they're going to 2 or 3 or 1 or none, whatever it is, who's going to be left? And Chase made a comment in an interview that he called his guys and said, listen, I know everybody's hearing this stuff. If we just go out and perform like we're supposed to perform, we'll be fine.
Right.
Noah is obviously, another thing Chase said that I agreed with, everybody said,
Noah's got nothing to lose.
No, and he's playing with house money at this point because he's coming back from the dead, basically.
Exactly.
Chase said, somebody said, is now without Harvick being there, does that make you the leader? And Chase said, no, the leader is who's ever running the best. It doesn't matter if I've got more years right now that's Noah. And it's clear as day Noah. That's going to be it. But to your point, I think that, and I don't know that this is why maybe this gets out there, because some guys might be trying to make other guys look bad because they don't want, but they're making them look bad on the racetrack already. And it's very clear. Ryan Preece is a very good friend of mine, and I don't know if what they've got going on, but he needs to step it up if he wants to have any shot at staying over there, even if there's 4 teams next year. It's that you look up last night. I looked up last night, and Ryan was last. The first run, he was the last car. We had the first one we were going to get to.
We were racing him for. They short pitted us 1 lap, and we were 2 football fields ahead of him. After the pit cycle, we're 3 behind him. Yeah. And, that was a good call on his crew chief's part because he stayed on the lead lap the whole day. We never got it back, and then you end up getting lapped because you're back there.
Yeah.
He gets lapped again. He takes a wave around. We raced. He air blocked, which is what you're supposed to do. I hate it, but that's what the game is. And they were all over each other, probably pretty close to the same cars.
Yeah.
As far as speed. But he's got to go. He's got to prove something. If his crew chief's not involved in what's going on, maybe they're the only one that's going to be left standing. Or maybe they don't care.
Yeah.
But I heard some stuff this weekend that you don't never hear until 4 races to go. I mean, it's getting, for this point of the season, for all this to be going on, and I'm sure it's the whole anxiety of the sport, with not knowing.
We don't even know if they got charters.
That's what I mean. And I'm going to the airport yesterday, and I rode with the front row guys because the Stewart-Haas guys are at a different airport or whatever, or excuse me, the Rick Ware guys are at a different airport, and so, but they tell me that, hey, there's another charter out there, and I'm like, what? One of them said there's one still in a lawsuit from the BK deal.
Really?
And I thought,
That's not being used?
I'm looking up there, and I'm like, have y'all got beers in the hold? No. There's no way.
No.
But all this, there was at one time there was one in a lawsuit or something, but there's 36 charters.
Well, speaking
They're all
of
spoken for.
charters and silly season, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. announced that he received a contract extension with JTG. Great news for Ricky. What do you guys think about that one?
Obviously, really good news for Ricky.
Yeah.
And they've found a home there. I mean, they won the 500 last year, made the playoffs. They are consistently, mid-teens.
They go through little swings, but
Yeah.
that's a great
And it's a great
fit.
team of guys. Mike
Yeah.
Kelly, Travis Young, those guys over there are
Yeah.
great, all great guys, all good racing people. The interesting side of this is the ownership side, which you don't hear a lot about it, but it seems to me
I heard a lot about it.
I mean,
I told you last year about it.
Yeah.
I know. Well, you weren't the first one, I promise you. But it's Tad Geschecter seems like he's out. I mean, right? I mean, that's
What's the J stand for? Is it Jody?
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the T stand for?
I don't know, Tad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the G stand for?
I don't know.
Gordon.
Yeah.
When's it going to become G Racing?
Well, that's where we're heading. Well, maybe GD. Can you say that?
Yeah, GD, Gordon Doherty Racing.
And we've heard rumors of, Tad is solely working out of, the biggest thing I think that's going to come out of this is what happens with these sponsors. You know what I mean? Because that was Tad's side of the business, I think, the whole time was that Kroger deal. He's unbelievable at marketing. And you heard him.
The B2B of that Kroger deal is kind of like the Menards or some of the other stuff.
And you heard rumors, and I don't think they're rumors anymore, that he was working with other teams to find them sponsors. And
There's no rumor. He had an office at Joe Gibbs Racing and actively pursuing sponsors to solidify sponsorship for Kyle Busch in the 18 car.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't a rumor.
Yeah.
That was a fact.
Wow.
And well, that didn't work.
I got to pay attention.
But now it seems to me like he's out, right? I mean, can we say that yet? I mean, I know he was the only one that didn't comment on the Ricky extension. Like, it just seems to me, I don't know where they're at paperwork wise, but it seems to me like Tad's out of the 47.
I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's good
So-
for Ricky.
So JTG is Jody Tad. Is that how you say it?
Gordon. Yeah. Well,
I
here's
thought it
what's
was
confusing
Geschecter.
for us.
I thought it was the Geschecter part.
I don't know. Brett's making up initials.
Well, the other guy's name's Gordon.
yeah.
Anyway.
My tax guy's name's
Well, you
Gordon.
said what do you know?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I knew last year what was going on with this. I told y'all in September what was
why
going
don't
on
you tell
with
us
this in
now?
our group chat.
It ain't like you ain't got my number. I mean, you can text me some stuff.
Hey, this is great news for Ricky Stenhouse.
Oh, 100%.
Again, we have guys that have hung their career on winning the Daytona 500 for decades, and it buys you so many years because it makes you marketable for so many years. And I think Ricky has a ton of talent. I think Ricky's a great dude. I haven't seen or talked to him in a while, but obviously his problem and why he got let go from Roush is he wrecks too much. He puts himself in stupid situations and it gets him wrecked. And so this is great news for Ricky Stenhouse to be able to go out and know he's got a job. They said multi-years. That probably means 2 with a third-year option. It's a big deal in today's world to get that kind of contract.
And he has a ton of support personally too, between NOS Energy Drink and others. Like he's set, I would say, and he's showed that he should be there too.